Sometimes, life hits you so hard it knocks the wind out of you. You lose your job, someone walks away, plans fall apart, and suddenly, you're standing there wondering how everything got so messy. But here's the thing, that's not where your story ends. Not even close. If you've ever felt like you're at rock bottom, or you've been asking yourself, why is everything going wrong? This video is for you. Because right now might look like a setback, but it could be the start of your comeback. Stick around. Let's talk about what people don't tell you when everything falls apart, and how to build something better than what you lost. We've all heard the quotes, failure is part of success. Pressure makes diamonds, and all that. But when life actually falls apart, none of those sayings feel helpful. When you're up at 3 a.m. trying to figure out how things went from fine to falling apart in a matter of days, you don't need quotes. You need a plan, you need real talk. You need someone to tell you, yeah, it hurts, but here's how to keep going anyway. This video isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about understanding that setbacks are a natural part of growth. That everyone makes mistakes. That people leave. That sometimes you'll feel completely lost, and that's still not the end of your story. We're going to talk about what it means to hold on when nothing makes sense. How to keep moving forward when everything in you wants to quit, and how to challenge the voice in your head that keeps telling you you're not enough, because you are enough. You're just in the middle of something, not the end. 1. Pain is part of the process. Let's start with this. Things will go wrong. You'll make mistakes. People will disappoint you. Opportunities will slip away. And sometimes, life won't even give you time to process it all. This isn't a sign you're broken. It's a sign you're growing. Nobody walks a straight path. Every successful person you've ever heard of, they've failed, probably more times than you can imagine. What separates them isn't luck or talent. It's the ability to keep going when things fall apart, so when life catches you off guard, and it will, remember, the panic or pain you feel doesn't mean you failed. It means you've hit a part of life that's real. The part that teaches you what you're made of, and if you're hurting right now, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're learning something deep. It's not a dead end, it's a turning point. 2. Failure is normal, quitting is optional. Here's the truth, nobody succeeds the first time. Not in school, not in business, not in relationships, not in life. So if you failed, congratulations. You're normal. Every failure carries information. It shows you what doesn't work, where you need to grow, and what not to repeat. The key is not letting that failure convince you to stop trying altogether. Most people give up not because they can't do it, but because they think they shouldn't have to try so many times. They think if it didn't work the first or second time, it must not be for them, but that's not how real progress works. If you can see failure as feedback instead of a full stop, you've already separated yourself from most people. You only lose when you stop showing up. So don't quit just because you're tired. Rest if you need to. Then get back up. 3. Your mind is the real battlefield. Here's something we don't talk about enough. The loudest enemy is usually in your own head, that voice that says, you're not good enough, you'll never figure this out, or who do you think you are? Yeah, that one. That voice is lying. Around 80 to 85% of our inner dialogue is negative by default. Your brain's trying to protect you from risk, from embarrassment, from pain. But if you listen to it too much, it will also protect you from growth. You have to challenge that voice. You have to stand up to it the same way you'd stand up to someone talking down to your friend. When your mind says, "You're not ready," answer back with, "Maybe I'm not. But I'm doing it anyway." When it says, "You can't," say, "Watch me." You'll never get rid of self-doubt completely. But you can stop letting it drive the car. Give it the back seat, and move forward anyway. This is what separates those who stay stuck from those who break through. Not confidence. Not perfection. Just the willingness to override the doubt long enough to act anyway. That's where the shift happens. 4. It's not about if, it's about when. People always ask, "What if I fail?" But very few stop to ask, "What if I succeed?" If you're putting in the work, mentally, physically, emotionally, the question isn't if something good will happen. It's when. You might not know how long it will take. You might not know what it'll look like. But if you keep showing up, something has to break. Effort compounds. So does consistency. You have to start expecting good things. Expect the win. Walk into that interview, that exam, that opportunity, like you belong there. Because you do. People who win don't wait to feel confident. They just act as if they're ready until the world starts catching up, so stop waiting for permission. Your next level isn't about luck, it's about staying in the game long enough for your work to pay off. 5. You don't have to be perfect, just willing. Let's kill the myth that you need to have everything figured out before you start. You don't need to be born into the right family, have the perfect background, or make all the right moves. You just need to be willing to try, to fail, to learn, to adjust, to keep going. Perfection has never created success. Action has, and sometimes that action is messy. Sometimes you launch something and it flops. You show up and you bomb. You give your all and it still falls apart. But the willingness to keep showing up, that's what builds something real. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be the most consistent. So if you're waiting until everything feels right, stop. Move anyway. Start anyway. The results don't come to those who wait. They come to those who work. Look, life's going to throw things at you. Pain. Setbacks. Disappointment. People walking away. Doors slamming shut, but the one thing life can't take from you is your response. You get to choose how you show up. Whether you keep your head down or lift it up. Whether you give up or get up, you are not finished. You are not broken. You are not too late. If anything, you're right on time. This season might be hard, but it won't last forever. No storm does. You just have to keep walking. Keep showing up. Keep saying, "Not yet, but I'm getting there." And when you do, when it all starts to shift, you'll look back and realize you weren't stuck. You were being shaped. If this spoke to you, share it with someone else who needs to hear it today. Drop a comment below and tell me, what are you refusing to give up on? And if you're still standing, even if you're standing shaky, that's something to be proud of. You're not done. You're just getting started. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. You got this.